The relapse doesn't happen when you type in Pornhub in your browser. That's the culmination of walking off the path. It's right here, right now. This is where I decide if I'm going to stay on the path or not.
Brothers, welcome to today's episode of the Porn to Purpose podcast. We are your hosts. I'm Coach Matt. This is Coach Yeadon. And
what's up, podcast land?
We're honored to have you back here today, brothers. Welcome, welcome. Yeadon, good to have you joining us here today, brother. Thanks so much.
You know, actually, you're the one who's joining me today. We had technical issues last week, so I'm glad you got those figured out so you could join this
Thanks. Week. Yeah, after all. Yeadon has been holding down the fort the past couple of weeks while I've been out for vacation and various things. So thank you, Yeadon. So we're digging into interesting conversation today, right? We're digging into a personal story as we continue to focus on what does real life recovery look like, you know, for the father, for the husband. And Yeadon's a perfect shining example, you know, of a father walking this recovery path. And Yeadon was recently telling me about this story of collecting eggs with his son, and we've got some recovery correlations. Yeadon, why don't you enlighten us?
First off, Matt, dude, when you say shining example, like oftentimes it's a shining example of what not to do.
Fair enough.
Okay, don't put me up on this pedestal.
Fair enough.
It hurts too much when I trip.
Fair enough.
Right? Yeah. So this morning, woke up, got my youngest to elementary school, dropped her off, and then sitting in my chair, just kind of not do. Actually, I just finished my walk, working on my core 4, the recovery habits, which I have not completed yet today. I still have meditation I have to do. Meditation is still on my list.
Okay.
3 of the core 4 has been complete so far.
All right.
I was sitting there in my chair, and my 18-year-old son pops up out of his room. He's like, "Dad, what time is your first thing today?" Because I work from home. You know, I'm on the computer. We're looking at spreadsheets, recording podcasts, right? And today this morning I had a 9:00 meeting with somebody doing a video recording for a training module that I'm doing about real estate. So I said, "Hey man, my first thing is at 9:00. He's like, "Well, you want to go to the country with me to collect eggs?" Now, when your 18-year-old son invites you as a ride along for something, the answer is always yes. Within limits. There's within reason, right? Let's not get too crazy. But my father, 76 years old, 30 days ago had quintuple bypass surgery, 5 blocked arteries on his heart. He just got a clean bill of health from the cardiologist a couple days ago. But as part of his recovery physical therapy, he's been very limited. He just got cleared to drive a few days ago. So my son William has been on point to go out to the farm, 30 chickens in a chicken tractor in penned in area, kind of rotational grazing, feed stuff. My son William's been in charge of taking care of the chickens for the past month. So that's the backstory to my 18-year-old son saying, "Hey, Dad, you want to come ride with me out to the country to collect the eggs?" I'm like, "Yes, let's go. I'll be in the truck in 5 minutes." So got in the truck, rolled out to the country. And now that I'm thinking about it, I do remember we turned on the electric fence when we left. So that's done. We get out there, and my dad, a couple years ago, had this dream of raising chickens, but not raising chickens just in his backyard, but like having chickens and seeing if he could do something with it, seeing how far he could go. So he investigated it. He cleared, there's 15 acres in this single field at my dad's land out in the country. So he bush hogged it, got it cleared for chickens, got this, portable netting type fence that you can move, connected to a solar charger battery that kind of, pulses the electric Connected with a friend of mine from my grown-up days who has a legit commercial egg operation here locally on how to do this. Connected with a farmer from the farmer's market on how to get bulk chicken feed. I mean, he's done a lot of research. Found this company out of Australia that they're called chicken tractors. So it's a chicken coop that's on wheels and you move it every couple of days. So all the chicken poop falls in a different place in the pen and fertilizes different part of the ground. And it's got solar panels on it. It's got a little CPU connected to it and automated systems to where you program it like, hey, at sunup, the door opens and the chickens can go out. At sundown, the door closes and everything is secure. So the chickens are safe. And it's like got a place where the chickens can lay their eggs and they roll down into this collection area. It's really cool. It's a pretty cool system. Well, my dad did a lot of front-loaded work in order to have a couple dozen chickens, several dozen chickens out at the country. And we went out there today. And today, I say we only collected 20 eggs, which means probably my dad, now that he got his clean bill of health, was probably out there yesterday collecting. But William had it on his schedule to go out there today because normally after 3 or 4 days, we would have like 60 eggs to collect, 60, 70 eggs. It would just full. And a couple of things that I was thinking of as I'm going out there with my son. One, it's not about the eggs. It's never about the eggs. It's about connecting with my 18-year-old son. Because now granted, this is a chore. And he's like, Dad, will you come help me do this? I'm like, yeah, let's go. But my motivation wasn't really to go collect the eggs. My motivation was to connect with my son. Because how many times do I have left to connect with my son before he's off in the wide world? He's already in the process of launching into the wide world. He spends time with his friends. He does his own thing a lot of the time. He's not in my orbit nearly as much as he was when he was 12. He has his own car. He's trying to get a new job, right? Applying places. He is making moves to prepare him for grown-uphood, for adulthood. And the first point I want to make, the reason I went with my son to go collect the eggs was to connect with him. That is the same, it was connection with my son, my relationship with my son. That is what pushed me into my recovery from pornography. 3 years ago, when I heard you jump on the Dad Edge call talking about how to talk with your kids about porn, I had no idea how to talk with my kids about porn, other than the stereotypical terrified dad who is stuck in it himself saying, just stay away from it, right? We'll put the filters on your phone and just let me know if you find anything scary. That doesn't work. And I knew it wouldn't work. I was terrified for my sons because I know me, with my phone, having the full anthology of the entire history of pornography in my pocket 24/7, I did not have what it took to avoid it. And I was terrified that my children would get sucked into it just like I was. So my recovery journey started because I wanted to connect with my children. I wanted more for my children, just like I wanted to connect with my son this morning. And so we loaded up in the truck, went out to the country, collected the eggs, made sure there was water, food, everything. Connection with my kids is the motivation, is one of the motivating factors in my life when it comes to my sobriety and my recovery.
So Yeadon, let me ask you this, brother. I love the connection and the devotion to your children, and I'm hearing like your relationship with your kid and those regular deposits that you're making, and the relationship is like a critical piece of your journey. But like, tell us more. Like, what is the relationship between like collecting eggs and the lesson that you're finding within recovery?
So, collecting eggs is easy. You go out there and you collect them.
Right.
Right. The hard part. So it's like setting up the eggs are the fruit of all of the work.
Right.
They're the reward. They're the harvest of all the prep work, all the work that it took to get the ground ready, get the chickens, take care of the chickens, get it all set up. And the analogy that I thought of was how similar my recovery journey is to just being able to go collect eggs. It's like when I got started with recovery, it was tough. It was tough. I suddenly had to step away from this coping mechanism that I relied on to feel okay. Because my problem wasn't really porn, it was pain.
Right.
Porn was the pill I took for the pain.
Right.
And as I started to realize this, it's like, oh man, I have to do all of this. I have to front load all of this work. I have to build these I have to develop new skills. One, just to identify pain.
Right.
And be able to accurately, it's like, oh, I'm not okay. I'm noticing this emotion. I'm experiencing this emotion. And if I don't handle it, I'm going to relapse. And I'm going to be right back there on Pornhub in a week or two.
Yep.
If I don't deal with this pain that just appeared. A lot of front-loaded work in the recovery journey. A lot of reading, a lot of exercises, I don't want to say a lot of meditation because I avoided meditation at the beginning, but heavy lifting at the beginning.
Right.
Heavy lifting because I had 30 plus years of habits, 30 plus years of this unhealthy coping mechanism that I had to work through. Just like with the chickens, right? Everything is front loaded. You got to order something from Australia. You got to spend, several weekends putting together. You got to plan this, plan that, get all the chickens there. Go pick them up when they arrive at the chickens arrive in the mail. If listeners out there didn't know, you order chickens and they arrive. They ship chickens to you. They ship chicks to you. You take care of them and then you take them out to the country. It's like all of this front loaded work, so that now every couple of days we can go out there and collect 30 plus eggs. Right? All of this front-loaded work. And I know this is not the greatest analogy, but this is what I was thinking of just this morning. This happened just this morning, right? It's like my son reached out to me, connection with my son. We go out there to collect the eggs, which is not a really hard work. It's just kind of maintenance work. That's what got me thinking, like, oh, we're reaping the benefit of all of this work we've done with the chickens so far.
Right.
We still have work that we have to do every couple of days. We don't just collect eggs. We got to make sure the water's full, make sure the feed is full, make sure the calcium is there's a checklist of stuff we have to do every couple of days to maintain it. Yep. But that ongoing work, keeping that flywheel spinning, is so much easier now that it's spinning.
Right.
And I think that is part of the analogy where now my daily routine for my recovery, I don't want to say it's become second nature, but pretty close.
Yep.
Maybe third nature. Yep. Where I wake up, it's like, okay, I got to get my core 4 done today. I got to check in with my community. I have to exercise my awareness muscle for what's going on inside. Mm-hmm. Because the addiction to pornography, it really blocked my relationship with my wife, my relationship with my children. Just it interfered with relationships all over the place. Yeah. And now I don't have that interference. I get to reap the rewards of putting in the reps. Yep. For the past couple of years. Yep. The voice in my head threatening my relationship with my wife is gone. When my boys struggle with whatever teenagers struggle with, pick your poison, I don't freak out. It's like, oh, this is normal. If one of my boys stumbles into porn as a coping mechanism, or fill in the blank, drugs, sex, alcohol, just fill in the blank with whatever type of coping mechanism you can imagine. I have 4 children. Somebody's going to find something. Somebody's going to latch onto something, right? I am not living in fear anymore of when that day comes.
Yep.
Now, I'm not looking forward to it, but I know if that day comes, when that day arrives, I will be able to show up with peace and power and strength and stability because I have done the work on myself.
Yep.
I know what it takes to navigate through an unhealthy coping mechanism, a coping mechanism with nasty side effects.
Yep. I gotta to draw another analogy here. Yeah. To go out on a limb, I hope it doesn't sound like I've flown the coop on this one. But, what are you gonna do? But I think about the conversation and this daily regular maintenance that you're talking about, and the daily regular maintenance that we practice inside the Born to Purpose community, inside the Liberation Boot Camp. And I think about the conversation of active recovery, recovery versus sobriety.
Yeah. Right.
Now, to use the chicken and the egg analogy, if a fox or a hawk comes in and decimates your whole flock of chickens, it would be frustrating. It would be disappointing. But should that happen, it wouldn't take a whole lot to get the whole operation back up and running again, because you've got the skills, you've got the foundation set, you've got the knowledge, you've got the rhythm, you've got the habits. All you need to do is just replace the chickens. Like the daily work and the daily rhythms that you've been building over the past several years, however long it's been with the chickens, sets you up for, hey, we might fall, we might relapse, whatever it is, but we don't lose all the time under the belt because of the daily habits and the rhythm that's been established.
You know, that you are not flying the coop at all. In fact, just earlier this year, at the beginning of the year, we had a problem with a hawk.
Yeah.
Out at the country.
Yeah.
Picking chickens off regularly. We tried netting, like giant nets over the pen. I mean, the pen is not that big. You don't need a lot of space for 30 chickens. Like netting that the hawk couldn't get through. And I saw chickens react to a kite shadow. We were out there flying kites one day. The kite shadow went over the chickens. They freaked out like it was a hawk. They made a beeline for the chicken tractor to get underneath it. So we lost chickens. We went from a flock of 36 to less than 20. Just every couple of days. Every time you go out there, it's missing another chicken. We tried netting. We tried, tinfoil. We tried the owl on the stick, various things. We kept testing what to do, kept trying new things until we found something that worked. You ready for what actually works here? And that's no different than the recovery journey, right? You're 30 days in, you relapse. Right? Okay, what we put on our detective hat, we're like, okay, what was going on the week before you relapsed?
Yeah.
When did you first step off of the path? Yeah. I'll be honest, right now, I ain't feeling too good. Yeah. I'm sitting with a lot of negative emotions. Not even negative. I'm sitting with a lot of uncomfortable emotions. Mm-hmm. I don't like to call them negative because they just are. Right. But they're uncomfortable. Doesn't feel good. Mm-hmm. And I know, man, if I don't process this, I'm about to take the first step off the path. Mm-hmm. And I know why. Because I was just in Austin, Texas with my 2 older boys at the Formula One race. We were running and gunning 16-hour days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, red-eye flight out on Thursday, red-eye flight home on Monday. My sleep is off, my routines are off, everything is off. And now I'm getting ready to go on another trip. I got another red-eye flight tomorrow, and I can feel all of this uncomfortable, emotion floating around me.
Yep.
And I know if I don't process this, I'll start stepping off the path. The relapse doesn't happen when you type in Pornhub in your browser.
Yep.
That's the culmination of walking off the path.
Yep.
Right? It's right here, right now. This is where I decide if I'm going to stay on the path or not. And I've learned the hard way over the past several years of recovery, figuring this out. So I know it's like, I'm not overly worried. I'm just aware. Yeah. Like, I need to deal with this, and I'm going to. I have my framework. I have my skills. I have my community. I checked this in yesterday, and I'm going to check it in again. We got our call this afternoon. Yep. I digress. So with the chickens, we got roosters. Roosters can fight off a hawk. Mm-hmm. A rooster's like 3 times as big as a chicken. They are gargantuan. Dude, if a rooster comes at you, bro, I understand, right? Like the whole rooster fighting, right? A cockfight. Like, I would not want a full-grown rooster to come at me. Their claws are big. They got flapped their wings. Like, they are scary, and they got sharp claws. They will mess you up. And the hawks know that. Since we've gotten roosters out at the chicken farm, we haven't lost any to hawks. So we fixed that kind of defensive framework. Mm-hmm. Just like where if you relapse with your porn recovery, it's like, you didn't screw up. You're not a bad person. Where did your framework fail? Let's figure that out, and let's fix that part of the framework. Mm-hmm. So chickens, collecting eggs, right? You were talking about like the rhythm of maintenance. The thing about maintenance is maintenance doesn't stop. Yeah. You don't get to a point, it's like, well, I'm 40 years old. I have gotten all the teeth brushing done that I need to brush. Dude, I never have to brush my teeth again. I'm good. Yep. Right? Like, or you're just like, man, you know what? I've had my quota of showers for my life. I'm good. I don't need to take another shower for the rest of my life. Like, there's always ongoing maintenance in life. It's just that we push back and think, oh, this is too much work. I don't want to do this for the rest of my life. It's like, bro, you're already doing things for the rest of your life. Eating, you got to eat. You got to take a shower. You got to brush your teeth. You got to wash your hands, right? There is ongoing maintenance at every level of life. Why would we expect recovery and sobriety to be any different? Yep. But once you get that flywheel spinning, it's a lot easier to keep it going than it is to restart it or start it the first time. Yep. Just like with any habit. Yep. Chickens are no different. It's not that big a deal to go out to the country every couple of days, collect the eggs, fill up the water, fill up the feed, and move on with the day. Yep. The hard part was getting it started to begin with. Mm-hmm. So anyway, some thoughts around chickens and eggs and collecting eggs and recovery that really were present for me just real time this morning. Yeah. I got to connect with my son. And now that I have found sobriety and I'm active in my recovery, the connection I have with my children, I didn't even know was possible because I don't have anything to hide anymore. Mm-hmm. They know I'm in recovery. Mm-hmm. They know I was stuck in the grip of addiction for decades. Mm-hmm. And it gives them a newfound freedom to be able to talk with dad about the issues they're going to go through. It's like, oh man, my dad is not perfect, but he works really hard to be better than he was yesterday.
Yes, sir. The recovered dad.
The recovered dad. That's what I'm all about.
That's it, brother. Thank you, brother. Thank you for sharing your story, your example, and your real life experience, and bringing it into the community and into the conversation.
Thanks, man. Yeah, good stuff. There'll be something else that happens this next week. There always is.
That's it. Brothers, we appreciate you being here with us today. Thanks for joining us on the Porn to Purpose podcast. If you are finding yourself struggling in your journey with porn, maybe you've shown up and told yourself you're going to quit 100 times, 1,000 times, like Yeadon and I have, and continue to fall off the horse. And you're looking for some support to actually get some traction and get some momentum and find the framework, find, what does that daily recovery rhythm look like for you? We want to invite you to come check us out inside the Porn to Purpose community. I invite you to go over to porntopurpose.com, check out the website. We got a bunch of information for you regarding Yeadon, myself, the community. We got some free resources over there for you to check out. We also got some information on Liberation Boot Camp, which is our 6-month deep dive program, the program Yeadon went through several years ago that brings him here before you today. So check us out at porntopurpose.com. Thanks for joining us on the podcast. Yeadon, thanks so much for being here today, brother.
Always good to be with you, Brandon.
Yeah. Love you, man. We'll look forward to seeing you on the next episode, wherever you are in the world. Peace and power.
Noble men.
You're a noble man. Bye-bye.